All right, everybody. We are excited to see you on tonight's training. For those of you that don't know who we are, I am Stefani Dunn and this is Joel Dunn.
Hi.
And we are, I don't even know titles, Black Diamond, top of the top. We've been at number one for a while. So we've gone through all of the ranks, started just like many of you as a new distributor, wondering what in the heck did we just do? And we need to learn all the things. And I love that about this is when we got started, we didn't know. We jumped in, we learned along the way. We still continue to learn. And I love that about our Zooms that, people can come in brand new or even 3, 4 years, 5 years down the road and decide I'm ready to do the business and get to work. So, a little bit about who we are. 15 years ago, we started this company, broke standing in food lines. Life was hard, didn't see each other. And we were just praying for a way to make some extra money. And I was a little bit fluffier than I wanted to be. And so was Joel. And
I was a lot bit fluffier.
yeah, and I think, sometimes when we just feel good about ourselves, things just get better, and that's what we were looking for. I wasn't looking for a network marketing company, so if that's where you're at, if you're new and you're watching, maybe you got started to get the product and you love the product, and now here you are, and you're ready to learn and to make the next step of making the money, and that's where we were. I was like, if I'm gonna get the product, I might as well try to learn to make some extra money. So 15 years later, we're still here making extra money because the products work and we still have our favorites and we're human and we still even gain weight, lose weight.
Guys, it was an understatement. We've made a lot of money. You know how they put that new total commissions thing in the background? You guys wouldn't even believe me if I posted it. So
I know
we'll
we're
just
actually
we'll
really having
just
a hard
leave it at
time with
that.
it. Like,
Yeah.
should we share it? I don't know. You guys, should we share what we've made? I don't, I like it's crazy. But we got started because we wanted to see each other. We wanted to be able to pay our bills. That was what we got started for, was $1,000. And then we thought, well, if we could do that, what if we could make 10,000 a month? What if we could help other people in the exact same place as we are? And that is why we show up on these Monday night Zooms, to give you guys the ability to see, hey, we're still out there doing that because we were praying for somebody to show us something. And that's what we are. Why we show up every day is because we want to be that for somebody else. We want to be the lifeboat for somebody else that's looking to put in the work. And yes, it's work. It's always going to be work no matter what you decide, but it's a passion, it's excitement, and that's what we have our hands on with at work. So I'm always excited, and we see what's coming, and like the countdown's on in a week. I was like, this Zoom's gonna be really quick, but I have a lot in my mind because of it. I know what's coming, and so I'm really, really excited. Joel's really excited. He's like, you guys know he's a researcher. For those of you that don't know, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to like get this Zoom out fast. I'll give you all the meat here in a second when Taylor comes on. But he can't sleep. He has been researching, looking things up, and the things that just come out of his brain, he's just really excited. He's always excited, but this one's like a whole like crazy level, right? That's Joel's excited face. That he is the same always. Like he's gonna be just like that. But
I'm just trying to ratchet her back a bit because she's gonna
John
say something that she's
couldn't say anything, but I'm just excited.
I'm pretty sure we're not supposed to say
Yeah,
anything.
but we're excited. So we've got
Just
that. But we have
just
this.
know it's
But we have the rest
crazy.
of the week to
Yes.
lock in bonuses for so many of you, promotions, getting you set up
Jamie
for
asked
all
for
of
a
the
little
things.
hint. Okay, so the little hint is you need to get as many people in now, like you would at the end of the year, knowing what's coming at the beginning of the year. That's how big this is going to be.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of training. Just be prepared for lots of things to come here in the next few weeks. We're really excited about that. But I don't want to discount this month because we have seen so many great things of what's been going on. And as I was thinking about like what did I even want to do with this Zoom, was I really wanted to say lay it all on the line. Like there's times and seasons in your business or even moments when you're like, I just need to lay it all out there and go for it. And the worst case is I'm way ahead or I'm closer to where I want to be. And that's this time right now, is to lay it all out there. So many of you are doing a great job of utilizing and following along and duplicating with 30-day drop, the systems. And if you've got your own package that you have success with, it's still duplicatable for you to do that. So keep utilizing that. But um Taylor's right up there and selling like top systems. She's crushing it. And as you guys come in, I'll see names. I've seen you in the business, and there's times where you just have to reinvent yourself and you just need to be like, I'm going for it. I'm going to lay it all out there and I'm just going to make it happen. And Taylor has done that. Like I have seen her decide, and when she thinks that, hey, is this possible? Yes, things are possible. And she's making it possible. So, kind of the first thing that I want you guys to do is brand new, if you're coming in, believe that it's possible. You have to have that belief in yourself to know things are going to be different because you want things to be different. That's where we were at when we started. I believed so much that my life was going to change because I was ready for change. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired of being broke and never seeing my husband, that I believed something was going to happen. And that starts with the action inside of you. You guys got to take the action to make those decisions. Just thinking about it doesn't do anything. Just getting on the Zoom doesn't do anything. You got to take these action steps. And so that's your first hint for tonight's Zoom is if you're new, jump in. Don't be afraid. Just lay it out there and know that people have got your back, and we're here to help you, walk you through the process of getting that first customer, signing that first distributor, getting your first promotion, learning all of the things, but just take the leap. That's the first thing. And then follow along, because if you are watching the Zooms, if you're watching and listening on Sunday night calls, stay close to the fire. That is something that I can see people on. Mandy's always crushing it. I see Jackie on, I see Heather on. I see a lot of the success comes from the people that are staying close to the fire, and they're on the Zooms as much as they can, or they'll watch the replay. They're tagging people and sidelines and engaging a lot more than not. And so if you want success, jump in. Be loud, be excited, be part of it, and just get yourself acclimated to just being part of the team, because you are definitely part of the team. And so you'll hear names on calls and see things. And so I saw that and I was like, all right, I see Taylor. I know her goals. I know what she's going for. And she's this quiet, like assassin distributor. Like she's just quiet
Straight
stealth.
up
Like
ninja.
she is. She's like, you don't really know unless you know her. Like she's just so, like, I just love her about her because she's willing to do the work, and she's willing to figure it out and adjust and make things happy. And she's a busy mama of three, and twins of two of them are twins, and she's a wife too, and a friend and a leader. And so she's all of the things. So if you're like, how do I work this in? You just got to lay it all out there, and you got to work it into your life. So a lot of this, you guys are going to be like, I hear this all the time. So again, success leaves clues. If you're hearing kind of the same thing that's working for people, it's because they're applying it.
And guys, here's the thing. If you're hearing it a lot and you're not doing it, why are you on here? Go out and do it and then come back, and then you can share your success.
Yeah, exactly. So um and the other thing that I want to just share is there's always going to be somebody might be watching the replay, might be brand new, and somebody might be on that. They're in that moment of like, I'm just sick and tired of being sick and tired. So wherever you fall, maybe you're just like, okay, I'm finally ready. Maybe this is your light bulb moment. Like, don't beat yourself up about the past. Know that you're always going to move forward. The past is the past for a reason, and we're going to move forward, because I'm the same way. I can beat myself up for the things I didn't do, or I can just decide like, oh, wow, that was the past, and I just got to move forward and know where we're going and what we have our hands on.
The past doesn't create your future. Today does.
Oh,
That's all that matters is today. What are you doing today to create your future?
yes. So, Taylor, you should be able to unmute yourself, but you guys, let's give it up
Yeah,
for
I think
Taylor
I think
coming.
I did it right. I think I added you as a co-host.
She should
Yeah,
be.
yeah,
Yeah. Yay. Yay. My pretty Taylor. I love that name. I'm very partial to this name. So
yeah. It's like
I
your
feel,
favorite name ever
yes,
because
it's
your daughter's
definitely
name's Taylor.
favorite name. But you are a favorite human. And here's why, you guys, because in this, there's always times where you might feel frustrated or you want more out of things, but Taylor never complains. She's just like, what more can I do? Where do I need to pivot? What am I willing to do to get ahead and to change those things? And that's what I love about Taylor. She just does it. Like, I'd never in all of my years have heard you complain. You just decided you were going to be in our bubble early on, and you've been in my
Yeah,
bubble for like ever. And I love that. And you're always willing to share. And it's always no surprise that you actually listen to the Zooms and apply what's working for other people. And some of those things, most of the things work for you, and then some don't, but you end up reworking and it works for you. So I knew when they were like, okay, 30-day drop, and you text me, how many of those did you sell last month? Or what is your average? I knew you were going to go run for, you were gunning for that $1,000. So I was like, she laid it all on the line. And that's what I'm talking about when I'm wanted to talk about the Zoom is you were willing to go after it. You didn't question anything. You just knew, I know I can do this and I'm going to try and I'm going to go after it. Um, so you're getting these customers. So walk us through Taylor, because people are going to be like, "What are you doing to get all these customers?" And I think sometimes it's a process, but I want them to hear from you. Like it might be a couple months, or maybe it's been a week, whatever it is. Just share like a little bit about you, and then how are you getting these customers?
Okay, so hi, I'm Taylor Grindstaff. I have been in the business. This year will be 10 years. Like that's crazy to say because it's like my longest job I've ever had. But yeah, so I've been in for 10 years. I am a mom of three. I have a set of twins and then a daughter that's almost 7. We homeschool. I do this. We do all the things. I'm home with them all the time. But yeah, so like I love being home with them, and that this has allowed us to let me be home with them. And bringing in like the full-time income and all that good stuff with it. But as far as like what I do every day, it's nothing like hard or complex. It's the same stuff you hear everybody else say. My key is just it's host to post and inbox cleanup. Like Heather taught me that a few months ago, and I swear it's she gets all the credit because it's just changed the game for me. But host to post, I know a lot of people say host to post doesn't work. No, it works. You just have to work it. And doing the reach out messages and then following up with those people has just been like you've got to follow up with all of the people, but host to post is where it's at. I'm telling you.
So this is interesting because I know it was a few months ago, and you were like, you even questioned, "Is host to post still working?" Like, you
Yep,
asked me that,
I
and I was
did.
like, "Yes, but maybe you need to change the words because I was noticing, like, certain
I
things. I'm like,
did.
"Alright, space this or do that." And I swear it's like, I don't wanna, like, take the credit for that, but
Yes,
I
you
was
did.
like,
Like, I mean, that's the hosted post I use is the one you sent me. I mean, I did change a few things because things were getting flagged here and there. So we pivot, we make adjustments, and then go on and keep going with it. But yeah, like you did the hosted post that I do, and I just tweaked it a little bit.
so you guys, it literally works, and I think it's a mindset. You were ready, you're like, "Okay,
Mhm.
if it's still working for her," like, we see it and it's still working for so many, you've gotta trust the process because I can go through phases too where I feel like, "Is anybody seeing this? Like, am I saying a wrong word?" You know, we're all gonna have that. That's a moment of like, "Okay, I'm ready to pivot and try something different," or maybe edit. What?
Let's be completely honest. She's currently going through that right now.
Yeah, it drives me crazy. And but here's the thing is like I did say this the other day is when am focusing on 30-day drop, that's what I'm selling. And I was like, well, was going through some health things. So I've been focusing on greens and other things. And so, what is your focus? And that's when I focus on 30-day drop, then things will happen. But yeah, we need to get the host to post up. So if you're in a dry space, don't worry, there's things to do for that. But I wanted you guys to hear that from her of like, okay, she's still doing the things. Now, you've probably upped the amount of asks, maybe. Have you done any of that? Or can you say, this is what I was doing and I stretched myself? Or what's different that you're getting more?
Yeah, so one thing I will say, like you touched on earlier, a minute ago, is drawing a line in the sand of where you're at now, because I felt like I was doing the things, just monotonous, doing all of the things. I wasn't doing enough of them for one, but then your mindset going into doing the tasks is very important and crucial. What you focus on expands. If you're focusing on, well, I just keep doing this and nothing's happening, or like I'm getting these messages, but no one's responding. Focusing on the negative, you're going to continue to get more negative. Focus on the positive, you'll continue to get more positive. So, like you all had said this like years and years ago, talking about speaking out, to existence what you want to happen. I am a customer enrolling machine. I am a distributor signing machine. I am capable of making XYZ amount a month. And just those things I tell myself every single morning and every single night when I go to sleep, over and over. What you focus on expands. So going into your task and saying, I'm going to sign a customer today. I'm going to sign 5 customers today. I'm getting 10 host to posts up. And then focusing on the task while you're doing that, like saying those things. I don't know what it is, but it's just like you said, like what you focus on, it expands. And if you're speaking positivity over your business, you're going to get the enrollments. You're going to find success with it. But yeah, like I was getting asks out and stuff, but obviously upping it. I went back to my messages months and months ago. I unsent messages, I resent them. Next day, I would follow up with those people and say, hey, did you get my message? Would you be willing to put up a post for me? I feel like a lot of people miss out on host to post because they don't go back the next day and follow up with those people that they asked. 90% of the time, those people are like, oh yeah, I totally forgot. I'll put up a post for you, or I'm willing to do that. They just forgot to message you back about it. So I feel like a lot of people are missing out on hosted posts when they don't do that.
I mean, that's such a good reminder, you guys, especially new. It can feel weird. It can feel like, am I driving people crazy? And is this what I'm supposed to do? I don't know if I want to do that. And here's the thing. I was on a coaching call the other day and it was like, I said, well, I get 1, 2, even sometimes 3 texts a day from Crate and Barrel. Do you think that they're driving me crazy? No, that's their job. That is how they get paid, is being in top of my text day in and day out to make me finally click whatever sale happens to be, because it's a sale every day, like for me to go click on that. And that's just giving you guys one of the many texts that I get from big box names of what they're doing. So you are in business for yourself. And so you have to know that this is not any different than a big brand sending you a text. You're just got to be on top of their mind, because we do get busy as humans, as moms, as wives, as friends. Like, so we have to just be like, hey, you probably just got busy. Do you want to get this up and get into my giveaway? Literally, that's it. Like, and do more of that. And I know that you were really like, okay, if I'm going to make this happen, I'm going to up it. I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to do those extra things. So for new, set yourself up a goal. If you don't know what host to post is, really lean into the team page or whoever you're with, or reach out to them and go, I'm not really sure what host to post is. Where do I start? Learn that. And then you're going to find that rhythm of how you ask people, how to get up more, and go from there. Is there anything that you're like, man, this has really helped me lock in more customers because of
The
this?
the inbox cleanup and follow-ups, like, I swear it helps so much going back through the day before, making sure I'm not missing a message, or going back and following up with those people I talked to yesterday, whether that be like I sent them a message saying, hey, are you ready to get your order in? Or hey, like, did you get my message? Are you ready? Something like that. At the end of the day, you need to consistently be in conversations with people. That's key. You have to stay in conversations with people, and you can at least get a host to post out of that message, that potential person. So maybe they're not ready to order, maybe they've left you on red. Send them a host to post ask message and ask them to at least put up a post for you. I don't know how many customers that have ignored me. They put up a post for me and then they end up ordering, because after they put up a post for me, I say, thank you so much. Don't worry about the comments. Like, I'll get to them later. I have an opening for this weight loss pack or an income position. Would you be interested in either of those? Super, super simple, but it's opening the door back up to that conversation. And they're like, oh yeah, I'm into order. Oh yeah, I want to order that on Wednesday or whenever it is, or I want to info on the income position. Maybe they were a potential customer and now they're actually wanting to earn money. And you wouldn't have known that if you hadn't started that conversation again with them. So that's just staying in conversation with people.
And guys, for those of you that are on here asking, make sure you go back through and look, because we've done training specifically on inbox cleanup and on how to do host to post. There's tons of them. So make sure, if you don't know what they are, Ask the person that's helping you to show you where the trainings are. Otherwise, they're in the team page or on the YouTube page. Look for those so that you can learn and understand what it is that she's actually doing when she says those.
Yeah, because we could go it another half hour, hour just on some of these
Yeah.
other things. And we just really wanted to highlight again, like, you know, getting those host to posts up. You're still doing your daily tasks. And I know that Jamie was on a couple weeks ago sharing, her task list. And so that's in the team page too. So you want to kind of combine all of those, find it in, your day of where you can work that. And I know you do, like you're a busy mama and I know your schedule, yours is very systemed. And so you make that happen. So for those of you that need a system, you can do this and have success doing this too. And it's just upping your numbers. It's like, okay, can I get a little bit more out or being, again, that cleanup, that following up, like, it's just a reminder, like, I'm the same way. People are like, "No, not right now." "Okay, could you just get a post up?" And then they're like, "Okay, I think I wanna know, what is that product about that you're talking about?" So, definitely don't count yourself out on any of that. And whatever post that you're doing, you can always lead back to the whole 30-day pack. We've got those
Hmm.
scripts there. I know that's what you're doing. So if it's, a host a post about gummies, if it's a host a post about burn or coffee, whatever, you always roll it back to offering, here's this product, but most people do XYZ, which is the 30-day drop, I'm assuming. Am I correct?
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I do burn host to post and then give them the options. Most of the time they pick the 30-day drop. If they pick just burn, upsell them to the pick two and then even offer the business to them at that point.
yeah, I mean, and it's literally that simple, you guys. I think sometimes we just overcomplicate things. And so when it comes to duplication, I know I've had a couple conversations of this, like this is the starting point. We have everything you need to be successful. Literally everything. They just got to put in the work and you got to put in the work. You have to make that decision. Are you really putting in the work? Are you putting in the motion? There's a big difference. And I think that that's, looking back, Taylor, you said you were doing the things, but were you really doing the things? And did you
Hmm.
go after it like what you are now? Like all of us can say that when we've had success, we are so laser focused on knowing exactly what we want for the day, for the week, and for the month. Like I know because you've messaged me, hey, can I do this? Yes, I know you can. And so for those of you, we've got, a week left. Do you know exactly what you need to hit executive? Executive is having 2 distributors with 400 in sales in each one of those legs. Do you know how to look at that? If not, reach out to the person that brought you on or ask in a page or chat wherever you're at and be like, I need help charting. Somebody wants to help you chart if you don't know it. If you want to go Ruby, Emerald, do you know exactly what you need to know? If not, you need to know that. You have a week to make that happen. If you need $700 in sales to go Ruby, that's $100. That's basically a 30-day drop, one a day with an upsell of aloe or an extra bottle of gummies or coffee or whatever. And you're going to have that and you're going to make that happen. And so the more specific you can get on your goals, the more success that you're going to have as long as you're putting in the action behind it. Like I have seen it over and over. Any tips, anything else, Taylor, that you're like, this is just really what's helped me?
Just staying organized. I have a planner that I write down my host to post in every day. I write down the people who say they're going to post for me. I highlight them when they say they post for me. I highlight them again when I save it to a collection. That way I can go back the next day and follow up those people who didn't post for me. I do the same thing for my customers. So for the week, I will write down every day, like my potential customers, my potential distributors. That way it's easier to go back and just type in those names when we have a promotion or following up with them on Thursday and Friday. Um, I'm a very like organized person. I love my systems, my schedule, and all of the things. But that's just personally what has helped me stay focused, knowing I have to get 10 to 20 hosts of posts up a day. If I don't hit those numbers, I do it the next day and make sure I make up for it. But that's just staying organized, doing the host of post and inbox cleanup. It's just that's it.
Okay, one more question. So you're
Yeah.
getting the ass out. So from people that are not they're not familiar, they're new, or they're like, okay, I don't know what these host to posts are, but I know I need to ask people, hey, will you get a post up for me on your wall if I give it to you? Do you ask 100 people all in 1 minute? How do you get your ass out? So break that down for people that are like, "I'm ready to do all of the things." Like, "I'm willing to ask 100 people to get these host to posts up, to get my 5 or 10 or whatever." But is there something that you're doing to break it through the day?
Yeah, so the way that I find people to host posts, for one, you can go to the people who you wished or should have wished happy birthday yesterday. Ask all those people to post for you. Do that maybe in the morning, at in the afternoon, which is when I get most of my work done, is when my kids take a nap. I go through the conversations from yesterday, ask those people to host a post for me. I go through my friends list, ask those people to host a post for me, like anywhere from 20 people, 20 to 30 people at a time, just depending on the day and how conversations and stuff are going. But definitely do not ask 50 million people at one time because you will get blocked. Facebook will shut you down. Like, it's not a fun time, because I did that at one point and it's not fun. And then just do another round in the evening, kind of break it up. That way you're not sending out all these messages at once.
Yeah, and you just said if you're wishing people happy birthday, that's probably active people on your page. So generally, you can have conversations, you guys, with people that are on your friends list, easier than sending out random friend requests to get them to add you. That's when I think we start seeing more and more flags. So be specific, like, okay, I want to grow my network, and that's usually if you get some of your friends to host a post for you, you're going to say, hey, friend request me or accept my friend request, because then you're going to grow your network that way. But um, the more that you can ask current conversations, past people, maybe they did a post for you, you've been in for a while and they did a gummies post and you've never given them the burn post. That's a great way to be like, hey, I got a new product to market. Could you post for me? Be prepared for another round of new asks because we have new product coming. So again, this is going to be another way to open the door. So have you planted all these seeds? You guys plant the seeds, plant the seeds. You're going to have a lot more opportunity here in just a couple weeks. So
Whole lot more opportunity.
like a lot, like mind blowing a lot. So, you want to make sure that you're doing that. And because again, I think that people are like, well, how many are you asking? And so, Taylor, just tell us, what was your goal? What is your goal every day? How many hosted posts do you get up a day?
My goal is anywhere like minimum of 10, but my like push goal is any like over 20 a day. That's
Up.
just my goal. Yeah, up, not just asking 10 to 20 people. That's I ask until I get 10 to 20 hosted posts up each day.
So, how many of those do you think actually get comments? Because I want people to hear this. This is the key, is like, people think asking is the key. That is not. You want to
Mm-mm.
get them up because we don't know out of those 20, how many do you think you get comments on?
I would say at like 50% at least get one or more. Maybe a little more, just depending on, I mean, it's always like varies from day to day, but there may be one to two, maybe three a day that really take off depending on how many I get up a day. But I mean, there's not, the more you get up, like Joel has always said, it's a numbers game. The more you get up, the more people are going to comment, because you've got 20 up and like maybe 10 of those do something, 5 of those really take off. So if you would have only got 10 up, then you got 3 or 5 that maybe got comments, and 2 or 1 really took off. So the more you get up, obviously the more potentials you're going to have each day.
Yeah, and you guys can see that. Like, that's the goals, the conversations. She said that the more conversations, the more follow-ups that you have, the more opportunity you have for them to also become people that host a post for you, or potentials to continue to follow up with when we have sales or promotions or anything like that, or opportunity to make money, and then they're starting to see your stuff. So, the more interaction you have with them, the better and the more likely that you are that you're going to get customers. And that's why Taylor's just been taking off so much. Um, I have something that I want to share. I think it's important. Does anybody want to know Instagram? Kind of, I don't want to say hack, but something that I've like noticed that I think will help your engagement. Drop a 2 if you'd like to know, and then I'll leave you guys to the end of the.
Doesn't look like anybody
Okay,
wants to know.
I knew they would say yes,
No.
but sometimes you just can't see everybody's face. And so I'm like, all right, are they having a good time on the Zoom? And we want to make sure that you're learning, you're excited, and how can we help you even more? So Joel knows this about me. I'm always willing to try things to see if it works. If it works, then I'll share. Even if it doesn't work, I would share anyway. But I got to mess around with Facebook. But right now with Instagram and stories, if you are noticing, I will stop, not share for 24 hours, let it go blank, and then I'll put up one slide. So if you're putting up one slide, I got 80% more views, hundreds, thousands more by one slide in Instagram versus multiple slides over and over, sharing my whole life. People don't want to go through the whole life story, like slides where I
People
would.
don't want to click through 500 stories.
So Instagram is really rewarding less. So if just a couple days ago, I'll go drop it in the team page. All I had was a picture of me with a before and after picture. And then I had the $39 flat on there and free. So 2 products for $39. Now, I don't want them to order one product. What I wanted was attention and conversation. I wanted to open the door, invite them in, and then let them know because they probably want to lose weight. And we know that the best way to lose weight is with our system with the 30-day drop. So I created more conversation. I've got more eyes. My views went through the roof. People that I didn't even recognize, that I was like, whoa, these people are watching me. I need to remember them and to reach out so that maybe they can share a host post in their story or something in Instagram. So if you're like, I'm ready to expand a little bit on Instagram, one slide. So whether that's business, maybe it's life, be specific in what you're doing. But I'll share what I did that really helped just push my Instagram out that I have never seen before. So I will share that because I always want you guys to have more success. So if there's anything that I can always do to be like, oh, this worked really good, I want to share that so you guys can get more customers and distributors. But that's my one little nugget. Host a post though. If I can get them on Instagram, get them over to my Facebook, kind of lead them in. We know that there's training and everything else on Facebook, and it just opens up host a post that much more. So Taylor, you're crushing it. I hope that I'm praying that you get the $1,000. You are right there pushing hard for it and you're deserving of it. You're showing up, willing to share the things that are working. So guys, don't just count yourself out. You can have a host a post blow up and get 20 customers from one post. I'm telling you, you just got to be, consistent in doing the work. But that's the magic, you guys, is taking the action, knowing exactly what you want, and are you willing to do the work? Like ultimately that's what it comes down to. We've got everything else in place. And be excited. Like for me right now, kind of my strategy is like I want to let people know, hey, you're this close to going executive, this close to going, Ruby, whatever. But then not only that, I really want to let people know, hey, you're going to want to get in for about what we're going to have. Nobody has anything like this. You're going to want to come in and be part of what we have to offer. So there's going to be a lot of doors that open for a lot of you guys. So I'm excited. All of you guys, I shouldn't say a lot, everybody that wants it. So I hope that you guys learned just as much as I did from Taylor, because it's always a refresher. Thank her because she is crushing it. And I know many of you guys are too, but I love you. I appreciate you. We're past our 8:35. Taylor, thank you again for always just showing up, sharing those secrets that work. And next week is going to be a short Zoom, but it's the last day of the month. So let's push hard this week. Make sure that we're running through the month and running through the beginning of the month. But I will see you guys next Monday.
See you guys.
Bye.